This is going to be a video on working a long tail cast on in pattern. We start with our yarn. Here's the tail. We're going to have the tail come over the thumb, the working yarn going to be over the finger. I start by just lifting the yarn on the needle. That's going to be the first stitch. Some people start by dipping the yarn down and twisting it, making that the first stitch. I don't really find much difference in the results. So I just lift it up here. That's the first stitch. We're going to be casting on as if we're working a knit 2, purl 2 ribbing. So the next stitch we want to cast on will be a knit stitch, and we do that from the thumb in the normal long tail cast on manner. The next stitch is going to be for a purl. So what we're going to do is we're going to mirror what we did on the thumb. Instead of going like this, we're going to mirror it on the finger. So we're going to go under the finger loop from the back and pick up the thumb yarn and bring it through the finger loop, and then let go of the finger loop and tighten it up. That's the same thing we do with the thumb. We come under the loop, pick up the finger, but we're going to go under the finger and pick up the thumb for 2 stitches. So now we have 2 knits and 2 purls. We're going to do 2 more knits by going in the normal fashion on the thumb. Also notice that I don't put the stitches right next to each other as tight as they will go. I find that this looks much nicer for a cast on edge, gives you just the right amount of stretchiness, but not so loose that it looks sloppy. So we just did 2 knits. Now we're going to do 2 more purls. So we're going to pick those up off the finger. We go underneath the finger loop, underneath from back here. Pick up the thumb and see how it's going over the needle so that the stitch will be the right stitch mount. Let go of the loop with the finger and tighten it. If we were to go the other way, like if we were to dip over the top of the thumb yarn and bring it under, see how the stitch mount would be reversed and we would get a twisted stitch on the first row. So instead we go under the thumb yarn, pick it up with the needle, take it down through the loop, let go of the loop with the finger and tighten it. We'll do 2 more thumb stitches. Now we're going to do 2 more finger stitches. We come under the loop, up through it, under the thumb, pick it up with the tip of the needle, bring it down through that loop, then release the loop with the finger, tighten it up, making a new loop ready for the next stitch. We're going to do that again. We go under the finger loop, under the thumb, pull it through the finger loop, release the finger loop with the finger, at the same time put the finger back in the yarn and tighten it back up. We'll make 2 more stitches and then we'll work the first row of ribbing and see what it looks like. So here we go. The first 2 stitches we did as knits on the thumb. You can see there's 2 little purl bumps at the bases. Then the next 2 stitches were the purls. Of course we're looking at the wrong side now. So they look smooth at the bases, and then we have the bumps. So these first 2 stitches will work as purls. They have the purl bumps at the bottom. Then we're going to work 2 knits, then 2 purls, 2 knits, purls, knits, and end up with purls. Now let's turn this over and see what it looks like. This is your first row. So we have our 2 knits on the end with our cast on, and then we've got the 2 purls, 2 knits, 2 purls, 2 knits, 2 purls. Let's do another row just so we get a better idea of what it's going to look like on our ribbing. Let's see, we're starting out with these are knits. Purls. Now the interesting thing about this is it makes a reversible cast on. Both sides will look similar. This is one side. You can see we've got the purl bumps. Here's the knit stitches. Here's the purl stitches. Knits, purls. Let's turn it over. Same thing on the other side. Here's the knits, here's the purl bumps, the knits, the purl bumps, the knits. As you get more ribbing worked, it looks nicer and nicer.